this is Christian from Crazy Wargamers here, and doing another table talk with Brian again. This episode we're going to be discussing Warhammer 40k 6th edition, the transition from 5th to 6th. I know it's a little late, but we've had a good number of games under our belt, a good number of chances to get to know the edition.
And we're lazy.
Yes, we're very lazy as well. And we've all been working a good amount. But a little bit of explanation of our history with Warhammer. If anybody's been watching any of our other channels, we've been going for a couple of years. There was about a year or two of inactivity, and that probably cost us a lot of viewers.
We had like 2.
We had about 20 subscribers at the time.
We had like 2
To what?
viewers at one point.
Yeah, everybody started out with 2. But anyway,
Mark last cheating, he started with 6.
we started with 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That doesn't count.
Hush.
No, because I know Wade doesn't count.
But I started playing Warhammer 40k back whenever I was 17, during a rather troubling time in my life, where I needed an outlet.
What?
Your ass.
They needed the theatrical performance.
But I needed an outlet, and I started playing this. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons at the time, but to me that wasn't enough. So I started getting into 40k with some of my friends. I started off playing Necrons, but it wasn't my army, I just used them. And I had my first game with that, and then later I started getting my own stuff. I started playing Tyranids at first, back in the end of 4th edition. Whenever 5th edition rolled over, I was playing Tyranids for the majority of it.
First hit's always free. It's always free, man.
Huh?
Because the first hit's always free. It's a reference on drugs. It's the first game played was with someone else's army. The first hit's always free.
Oh. I'm not into the junkie life.
I hear it on TV.
That says a lot about him.
Thank you, Family Guy. No. American Dad, sorry.
Love that show. But after I played Tyranids for a while, a couple years, that's what sucked me into close combat, being my primary form of gameplay. Shut up! But,
We're mature here.
oh yeah, we're all men here, playing with little plastic warriors of doom. That's their name.
Action figures.
They don't move!
They do too.
Oh god.
Hey, knock up the drink knocks.
We're retarded. But anyway, after I played Tyranids for a couple years, I went on to play Chaos Space Marines after seeing some ads for Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising, and I wanted to play them. Then here we are today with that.
He wanted the power armor.
Pretty much, I wanted power armor and chain swords instead of scales, skin, and
Crazy
hardened fingernails on your back.
Crazy claws.
Yeah. I actually wanted something that could take a bolt around it.
That and synapse, apparently.
Inside joke. Do. Don't question me. But anyway, I played Tyranids through 5th edition. Then near the end of 5th edition, I quit playing as Nids, and I started playing as Chaos Marines, and then my Chaos Marines transitioned over into 6th.
Angry Marines.
Every Marine's angry, just Chaos Marines have spikes.
No, because you like mostly corn originally.
Yeah, I did like mostly corn originally. Then I started getting Noise Marines, and Slaanesh is kind of my thing. Actually, I have a tattoo of Slaanesh on my shoulder.
It's very true.
It's awkwardly done because the tattoo artist really sucked at it.
Apparently.
Yeah. Charged me $80 for that piece of shit.
Good more if it was 10.
Huh?
What if it was 10?
$10?
It would be really bad. Just paint.
It would have been better if it was just paint, because then I could fix it up every day. But anyway, that was my first foray into the 40k universe. And I gotta say, out of all the editions I played, 6th edition is the most logical in terms of, fantasy world, a fantasy universe with demons, aliens, green orcs.
Still alive.
Yeah, it makes more sense because the weapons are a lot more versatile. It's more realistic in a
An
world.
axe is not as fast as a sword. Let's put it that way. So it makes sense that it would be slower.
Well, that's an example. Yeah, there's the overall rulings for 6th edition make it more believable in terms of as believable as a universe like that could be. To me, at the least. Other people may not agree, but to me, it makes sense.
Well, there's a lot of it you still couldn't believe. Look at Star Wars. You got the TIE fighter, the twin ion engine. We have those.
What?
Twin engine it's good for a very slow propulsion over a long distance.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't pay attention to stuff like that too much.
I love science.
Well, I love it too. I just love different aspects. I'm not that technological.
Yeah, we're on different ends.
Yeah, I like biology and shit. But anyway, we're going to discuss a little bit about our favorite changes, our least favorite changes, and some things we wish would have been changed or wouldn't have been changed.
Yeah.
Me personally, my favorite change has to be close combat.
You would.
Well, it's my favorite part of the game. To me, close combat is where most of the climactic action is done. As for the change that I like with it, overall, it hasn't changed the close combat table. The close combat table and the to wound chart hasn't changed, which I'm glad with that. What has changed is the way power weapons and force weapons are done.
Rail blades and such as well.
Power weapons in 5th edition, as many of you may know, is they used to just ignore armor. They had no strength bonuses. The average power sword and the average power axe were no different. They just look different. Now, what the model looks like it has, that's the kind of power weapon it has. Like, for instance, if you have
Shotgun.
I mean, not that. I mean, like close combat weapons.
Oh.
If you have, say, instance, a sparring champion with a power sword, you can go in the 6th edition book and it'll give you the rulings for a power sword, which is strength 4, AP 3, or it's not strength 4, sorry, strength user AP 3. I keep forgetting that it transfers over to other armies. And power axes, if anybody's picked up like a wood cutting axe or even a fantasy replica axe, you'll notice that the head of the axe is a little heavier as compared to a sword, which is evenly balanced. That now makes sense because an axe is now considered, it's now got the rule unwieldy, which it strikes at initiative 1.
And
but
course, a hammer is way heavier. It takes a
oh
long
yeah,
time.
hammers have always been that way. Hammers are always treated as power fists with a little shocky boom.
Yeah, I've never understood why a power fist is a gauntlet to slow it down.
Well, the power fist is heavy. It's double the strength, so it's considered incredibly cumbersome. So it's heavy as fuck. So it's like boom, that kind of thing. It's not.
Yeah, I see. A weapon like that doesn't seem like it'd be very useful. Otherwise,
It's also got a disruptive energy field, which disrupts all the matters.
I mean, if it's that slow,
it's good against tanks.
yeah, no, it's even close combat. Like, I think we've all seen the Space Marine game footage of the hammer. I was like, that looks rather swift to me.
The hammer?
I mean, the power fist when you just pip slaps that Marine
Oh yeah,
across
that
the
one
face.
hidden footage. We'll put a link in the description to that particular video.
You can see what I'm talking about.
But
Moving on.
There's a lot of things that don't make sense, but I like how the power weapon's overall function has changed. Power swords, of course, strike at initiative, and they're melee.
They start to feel almost like unique in their own right.
Yeah, it makes you wary now of how you model your guys,
Yes.
and wary of where you put those power weapons. Because you used to be able to like put a power weapon on every champion or sergeant, and it wouldn't matter. They could just go up and cut Terminators in half.
Yeah, like
And
my
now
scout with his power spreader, as we call it.
And he would go up and cut up Terminators, because that didn't make any
He
sense.
did. He killed your Termi.
Uh-huh.
Ah!
Well, it's because they got single Terminator syndrome.
No, wait, didn't he kill Karn because of it? He killed like all the rest of the squad, and like that one got stabbed and you
No, he killed the scout sergeant. He just eviscerated the scout sergeant.
It was
in
the
the
guy
assault.
that just stabbed him to
Yeah,
death.
there's like 6 other guys in it. He just failed all his fucking armor saves.
Because he's good.
He killed that one scout sergeant, but 7 scouts killed him. Be wise with how you use Karn. But still, it is my favorite thing is the change in power weapon functions. It makes it more versatile in close combat. Now, my least favorite change. This was one that was very hard for me to pick out. My least favorite change was the change in God, what's the word for it? I'm trying to think for it.
Hurt yourself.
I would like to say it was getting into an assault, but
What, their charge control?
I want to say it's that. But I couldn't be entirely honest with myself with that.
Because, it's also helping you.
I know it is vehicle damage charts.
Ah.
I didn't like the vehicle. I remember earlier having a debate with myself in my head whether I liked which one I didn't like the most. But I don't like the vehicle damage chart. I do like, however, the hull point system.
That I do like.
Yes, because now you can't, las cannon something to the side, and like you can't just glance a fucking rhino all day long. And it's not going to matter. I mean, come on.
I'm actually on the fence about the whole thing. I love him because it stops you guardsmen from throwing a parking lot at me.
A parking lot? What's that?
Okay, You know those big garage complexes with the cars top to bottom? And just going take it, see what happens next? That was a guardsman thing. Throw as many vehicles as physically possible. Just like Space Marines, a big thing was basically get your your pulse rating HQ2 troops, and then nothing but Razorbacks.
But what does the parking lot mean exactly?
Just throwing a wall of vehicles to the point where
take
it cannot stop. Just like no matter how much anti-armor you got, it's not going to help because there's going to be like 40 vehicles coming in at once.
Okay, I see it. I see. Basically, it's a steel wall coming at you. You can't put up.
It's just just throw in the parking lot.
But that is a good point because guardsmen will do that a lot. I've just started playing a little bit of guardsman making.
But yeah, like I also not a big fan because it takes away some of the viability of my dreadnoughts because they're fairly vulnerable.
Yeah.
Since they're not the most maneuverable of units.
Yeah, you are right on that. It takes away the versatility of units that aren't necessary. Not that they're necessarily not meant to take that damage, because they're going to take it.
Oh, they're not supposed to take it, you know, from here and back, but they're just not maneuverable enough to keep their rear safe.
It's like you said with the dreadnoughts. You put that much points into something like that, somebody can glance it to death with plasma guns.
Yeah,
rhinos and razor.
135 points.
And most dreadnoughts are going to be at least somewhere near the front line. That means they're going to be a target.
Oh yeah, ironclads are always up in the front. They're the pop and drop.
That was my tactic.
No, I'm just quoting you on this one. That's where you drop the ironclad right in the back with 2 flamethrowers.
Mm-hmm.
With like Vulcan Heat standing around me, you've got 2 twin-lane flamethrowers on your arms and 2 power weapons.
I'd say give them Kami Miltons, but tactics are for another day. But yeah, you are right. It certainly reduces the versatility of walkers. It reduces their ability to stay alive. I have my own personal rule of trying to give everything at least a 2-turn lifespan.
I try to do it myself. There are times when I will throw, 2 dice specifically, because it's going to save a lot more. Like, I've thrown scouts at your rhino full of, what's called,
berserkers?
Yes, just because I want that rhino to stop and not advance any further. I know they're going to die, but it's going to stop that moving any further.
Most time I've ever seen you use your scouts recently is you start out flanking and attacking my Defiler in the butt.
He likes it.
It is a Slaanesh. He stopped. No, I'm just kidding.
It was Slaanesh.
No, originally it was Zinch, but the thing fell off and I decided not to put it back on. A little
yeah.
icon in the back. I put like 5 trophies on that thing, and they all have fallen right the fuck off.
At least 3 times a piece.
That's one thing you have to worry about playing Chaos or even Orcs. Your trophies will fall.
Okay,
your trophies will always fall.
A little bit. I wonder if it's actually tough for Chaos Marines to get around. Especially I know they still have to fight in jungles. I mean, despite your strength, it's got to be difficult to get through with all the spikes with vines and such wrapping around you all the time.
I would assume guys who get the new spikes, like the new guys who get spikes, like, oh, let's go fight. I'm assuming they have trouble, but
that's what I mean. Like,
most
guys
Chaos
Marines,
Marines,
ready for this. So we'd be like,
yeah, those guys are probably going to suffer a little bit. As, of course, I don't think them running into a tree is going to matter because they are essentially fortresses with.
I mean, I can see that in the strength, but I
faces.
mean, even a vine has a lot of tensile strength to it because it's literally thousands of fibers twisted around each other.
Yeah, it's probably going to be really difficult for them, and especially berserkers running through there because I got trophies and hooks.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm not thinking. I love the Chaos Armor. Don't get me wrong, especially Terminators. You know how I feel with Terminator tusks.
Terminators are awesome.
You know how I feel with those. I think those are one of the coolest things in the world. And I've been trying to figure out how to get them on mine without making it look too chaotic, and I've been coming up a little short on that. But I'm trying to get some so it looks almost a prehistoric kind of thing going on.
Like the Black Dragons chapter.
Kind of, yeah, but I kind of want to have one like almost like that or something.
Oh, we have them doing that too.
But I just can't quite get in my head where I want.
You can't imperialize it.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Everybody covets the Chaos Marines.
It's specifically those tusks.
Everybody covets the Chaos Marines. We get the bitches.
But I'm thinking maybe studs or something would work better.
Probably, because there's a lot of Imperial chapters use studs. Chaos Marines not so much, except when they're using older pattern armor. We're getting off track.
I'm sorry, it's my fault. I apologize.
It's okay. I was contributing. But yeah, my least favorite thing has got to be the vehicle damage chart. How they took off the glancing table. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But one thing they took off the table is they took the destroyed result, like that the lowest one, the destroyed result where it's just right. They took that off.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, they replaced it with the whole point thing. But that takes too long.
I really don't care if they replace it with the whole point thing because if I'm gonna shoot your rhino, it's gonna take off those treads. Your rhino can no longer move. It's a worthless vehicle. This one you have to abandon it, so it's going to be counted as destroyed.
It's immobilized. They have that.
I mean, at that point, a box that is going to offer nothing else than basically a tomb.
Metal box.
It's better off abandoned and considered destroyed than it is stayed in.
Well, I mean, the problem I had with it was that...
No, I can understand. If one side's destroyed, you can still kind of move to, give yourself angles, but if both sides are basically wiped out and you're all dented up, then I say, yeah, you're destroyed. I'm abandoning this thing, might as well sit behind it.
Well, my beef was they took out, is where the vehicle damage chart...
Wreck, sorry, looking for wreck, not that.
Vehicle damage chart 1 to 2 is, I think, shaken. 3 is stunned.
Wasn't it shaken and stunned?
Huh?
Wasn't it like shaken and stunned?
The stunned is basically shaken, but the vehicles are firing.
Okay, I guess I'm stuck on the old one still.
It's kind of the same way. 4 in the damage chart was 4 in the damage chart was weapon destroyed. 5 was immobilized, and 6 is explode. I hate how they took destroyed, wrecked out of that,
Yeah, I
and
like
made
that.
the only way to get to that would be to take out its whole
Blast it to
point. Oh, yeah, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Because if you're going to shoot a vehicle, maybe you hit it in the right spot and it just stops.
Yeah.
And everything...
Like I said, on a round taking out both sets of treads, it's a worthless thing.
That makes an army of heavy tanks, like any kind of marine.
Guardsmen too.
Guardsmen, you can... Well,
They've got some of the best tanks in the entire game.
they got some of the best tanks with the best armament. As for their speed and durability, I would have to put that in a negative.
I don't know.
I have a basilisk.
Front is always really good on them.
For the most part. You are right on that, for the most part. The only ones that suffer are the chimeras, but
Yeah, well,
who the hell uses
what do
those?
they call it? No, it's not the Baneblade. They have got 14 front, 13 side, and like paper on
The
the back.
Baneblade is
and,
the super heavy
and
one.
paper mache for an ass.
The Baneblade is the super heavy, the big apocalypse.
What am I thinking of?
You're
Lehman
playing
Russ.
the Lehman. Yeah. That is the whole vehicle damage chart. Something it's not to say that I hate it, but it's my least favorite update.
I can see where you're coming from. I'm on the same page as that. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of it myself.
Yeah, because it doesn't make too much sense that most marine armies would say,
We
"Oh,
all
let's."
love our armor.
It's like Marines. Most Marine armies are like a Chaos Marine's going to have a last It's like, "Oh, I'm just going to knock off the pipes until it stops." I mean, the last he's going to go, "I don't want it to explode because my guys are kind of close to it." So, oh, I hit it in the control panel. It's down.
Yeah, I mean, are we gonna shoot it a little and maybe melt the paint, maybe demoralize and they'll give up?
Yeah, because that doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't they avoid wrecking it? Because it takes too many turns to do. But one of those things you just got to suck it up and live with it.
Yeah. Although, of course, there's always house rules.
Well, that would kind of violate part of the game. House
Not
rules.
necessarily. I mean, you could always take in the whole point thing, but use the damage chart in the old one.
That is a good idea.
Because
Might have to consider that for some things. All right, what's your favorite and least favorite?
let's see, one of my favorite things, I'd say it has to be the charge distance. Because to me, it makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to stand here and go, well, you run at me screaming with chain axes. I'm going to throw grenades. I'm going to
You mean
fire
like Overwatch?
shots. No, I'm saying for the charge because you're charging through enemy fire in general. So you've got to have to slow down. You're going to have to move to the right and try to avoid grenades and what have you. So you might not actually make it there because of just debris and explosion. You might have to stop and say, oh well, fuck me.
Yeah.
I gotta say, my least favorite, I'm literally right there with the damage chart. I hate that shit.
That's just one of the things that reduces vehicle use, and you kind of have to admit
It
that.
quickly became a pet peeve of mine that actually happened.
Yeah, at first it was real cool. It's like, oh, my tanks can survive a bit longer.
Now,
And it's like, shit, so can theirs.
No, not even that. It's just that the change doesn't make sense to me, and when something is illogical to me, it irks me.
Yeah, I've noticed. Of all the weird ass games we play, small little illogical things don't make sense.
And there are things that I accept completely in this game that shouldn't make sense. But that one thing, like a railgun hitting a brick wall and there's a mirror behind it, why doesn't it go through?
Well, the idea of cover saves was it even states in there that it's not that they hit, like say, get cover save from your own men. It's not that they hit their own guys. It screws up their shot. It's like imagine a Space Marine or you, for instance, playing or anybody out there playing Call of Duty. If you don't understand cover saves, imagine this scenario: you're playing Call of Duty or something. You see a guy, an enemy running. You just have your gun up. All of a sudden, one of your guys pops up. You're like, oh, I can't shoot. That's like an idea of a cover save through a guy.
It's never stopped me from shooting.
That's because you're an ass. I've been hit by you before. playing online. Yay, Brian's my teammate. Oh God.
I don't have a place in my army for those who I don't see value in. I'm sorry. I know. I looked down and checked the time.
What time do we have?
20.
Oh, that's not bad. Overall, my overall opinion of 6th edition, it's a good.
Oh, it's marvelous in my opinion. There are things I would wish could have been added, some amendments here and there. Like I do think cover save for certain weapons, specifically strength 9 and 10, specifically these, and AP 2 and 1 of those. If you're shooting someone behind certain thicknesses of structures, that there should be maybe a penetration chance.
Well, actually, you can do that. There, if you're in it actually gives a list for armor values for buildings.
No, not armor values. Like you just when taking cover save, like
make you re-roll the cover save or something.
Yeah, like it's like the friggin' railgun shooting at a brick wall. One of these things. I don't know. This little shed is not protecting a railgun. I do not care. It's not a high chance of hitting you, or giving after it hits. You make cover save. They get an additional roll to see if they still get you. But at like a drastically reduced bliss skill, like a bliss skill 1. Just say, oh, I can't see you, but maybe.
Well, yeah, that is true. They also have other things, like focus fire, but that's
that's ignoring people things that aren't sitting in cover.
Yeah, you can choose a cover save or lower.
I mean things that are like completely like embedded in a building, like inside a building.
Well, then you won't be able to see.
And just firing and saying, oh well, maybe I'll hit someone. Basically, at bliss skill 1 instead.
Snapshot?
Essentially firing through a building and hoping.
Okay.
And giving base guy's head has a reroll on his cover save.
Don't quite get that, but I'll let you. I don't agree with what you say, but I'll fight to the death. You're right to say it.
This World War II, they had light machine gun users that would see a barn they know guys were in it. They can't see where they are, so they just light up the entire side of the barn, just drag the bolt across, and hope they hit something, and then go investigate.
Okay.
You don't just go in blind; you always fire in.
That reminds me of something.
Even in the current military, we will fire through a door, open it, toss a flashbang in, and then go in.
Okay, so
it's just
what is it? Breach bang clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Breaching is supposed to do anything. You fire at your door, or you can set up a satchel.
I have no idea how military works, really.
I know a little too much about these things.
Well, you'll have to explain it to me someday, but
anytime you want.
Overall opinion of 6th edition, both agree it's very good.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Games Workshop. Keep the work.
Lower the prices.
Oh, that would be marvelous. Because you are slowly murdering your buyers.
We are running quickly on a time crunch. It's not to say we have a time limit, but we're kind of pushing it.
On upload speed.
Yeah. So, thanks guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, show some support. If you have anything you'd like for us to discuss, talk about, get our opinions on, feel free to let us know. Until next time.
There's another fun thing. You know what? I play Basic Marines, he plays Chaos. Why don't you send us some builds? Maybe we'll try out some lists.
Don't give them ideas, because then they're going to have me run an occultist list, and I don't have that many.
Watch me have scouts. Basically the same thing.
But anyway.
Naked Marines running around.
Same thing as...
Or any custom game types that you guys have. Homebrews for that.
That's a nice idea. Give us some game mission types.
And we'll play them. You can watch us suck. Our dice rolls are generally horrendous.
That sounded bad.
Yep. Take that any way you want.
I'm going to cut it off there. That was horrible. Hit like, share, subscribe, show some support. Until next time.
See you later.